Hey folks, we're back on Vanicky today and looking at one of the absolute best catch-up mechanics in the game at level 85, the Brell's Arena Boomerang Brawl, which comes out in Underfoot. That expansion is releasing tomorrow on Aerodune and Rizlona, so now's a good time for a tutorial. This task is a monster mission that's super trivial, and the gear is all of about this quality, around 800 hit points. It's also got all the focus effects and clickies in the spots you'd want them for non-visible armor. Let's head on over to Brell's Rest and check it out. This is the zone in from Guild Hall to Brell's Rest, and the first thing we're going to do is head over to the quest giver and pick up the task. He also serves as the merchant, but we'll check out some more of the armor and talk about the gearing strategy if you're coming back from an extended AFK after. You just launch the task by saying to him specific. You'll need at least 3 characters in the group. The reason for that is, as you see here, there's some mandatory monsters that need to be selected. These are basically just the 3 colored teams you'll see as you go into the instance: green, red, and yellow. So I'm going to click those off on my boxes, and then we'll head over to the instance, which is east and then a little bit south from here in the cave. There is occasionally some stuff in this lava that will aggro you, and autofollowers can get stuck on these rocks, so you'll want to pay attention to where you're going and have invis as you head on over there. Okay, it's just straight through here, and then we hang a right and come to the door. And the task has been loaded up, so in we go. The task is inert when you zone in. You'll be able to launch it when you're ready. There's some instruction provided, but I'm going to explain how it works, so we'll just close that. You can see my 3 tunes here are all a different color. These are again the 3 teams. There will also be some NPCs that spawn on the teams too, and the overall goal is to run around and use the boomerangs that you're given to hit the characters of the other 2 teams. I've set up a separate hotbar for the tasks to be able to click them more easily. So when you say start to this guy, the task becomes active and you can start using the boomerangs. As you can see here, you get a message every time you hit a character, and the goal is just to run around and score as many points as you can. There's a lockout, so a character or NPC can't be hit multiple times in succession. That was the green message a second ago. Nothing to worry about, just move on and try to hit a different one. You also saw I got knocked down once there from one of the NPCs hitting me. Again, that doesn't really matter. You'll be stunned for a second, but just get up and keep on going. I found it best to just do loops around the periphery. The middle sometimes ends up a bit of a cluster. You can also hit the other PCs each time you circle around for one more point. There's also some barrels you'll see that spawn in the black pits. If you run into those and they have a pretty big hitbox, you'll lose 5 points and get flung into the air a bit. They can spawn on top of you, so it's probably best just to avoid the pits entirely in whatever route you take. Okay, now it's over. That was 9 minutes, I believe. Here it says that I won, and it gave me 3 gold tokens and 42 silver tokens. And the score wasn't really close. If you're boxing this, one of the things I'd suggest is just playing one tomb half the time, or say 5 minutes, and then switching to the other. The silver tokens are tradable, so even if you only need them on one character, that'll get you there much faster. Alright, let's head over to the merchant and take a look at the gear again. This is again the silver token merchant. As you can see, all the gear is around 800 hit point. It's got all the focus effects you'd want on the right slots. it does only cover non-visible slots. The costs of the non-visible slot armor is 200 silver tokens, so as you can see, it takes about 5 runs of that mission to get one item, or less if you're playing multiple characters. There's also an Anger Aug and a Charm item that's pretty easy to max out if you're running the mission. Now let's take a look at the gold token merchant. And just remember, these tokens are a lot harder to acquire. I only got 3 versus 42 silver tokens. And they're also no trade, so you have to get them on the character you want to use them on. The quality of the gear isn't significantly different from the silver token merchant, so there's really only 3 items I'd suggest considering here. First is that every class gets an evolving weapon. Here's the one for warriors as an example. The other 2 are the ring and earring. The silver ones are lore, so these work if you've got extra gold tokens and need an upgrade for those slots. Alright, that's it for the tutorial. Good luck out there with your boomerangs.